I am honored to open up this very important luncheon on a subject that the leadership in our military and in our government have called an epidemic. That epidemic is military and veteran suicides. Think about a record number of suicides in 2011, only to have that beaten in 2012. 349 families and their extended families were destroyed.
We have to recognize something that is truly important scientifically, and that is that the exposure to emotional experiences not only change you emotionally, but change you physically. They change your brain, they change the way your brain works, they change the way your brain processes information, and it is as real as a physical injury in terms of the neurologic consequences.
Transcendental meditation, just as a working definition, it is not a lifestyle, change in lifestyle. It is not a philosophy of life. There is nothing to believe in. There's no religion. There is nothing to believe in. This is accessing an ability that every human being already possesses. It's just how to access that. It allows the active, agitated, thinking mind to just quietly settle down to a state of inner calm and peace and quiet. That meditation experience provides the body a state of rest deeper than the deepest part of deep sleep, eliminates stress-related disorders like high blood pressure, anxiety, depression, and wake up the brain.
We know that the David Lynch Foundation can make a difference for veterans who have been injured, and I think we should change the name of post-traumatic stress disorder to injury, because they are injured. So we know we can fix them at the end, so why not give it to them before they go in the fight? Just like I give them all the other great things of being a commissioned officer, to lead our sons and daughters. Wouldn't you want a leader that wasn't as stressed out, leading your kid into battle? I would. And I got 15 grandkids. And I want every one of them led by an officer that could control his own stress and be situationally aware and improve that officer's performance, his performance, to lead my son or daughter or my grandkids.
This is the same measure that the Army uses for its special operations, and it's a determinant as to the success of a young man or woman who is going into Spec Ops. Both started the same, and they actually were very replicable of the Scandinavian and the other military young men and women in the U.S. military. Very quickly, we saw a huge shift in increase in resilience. This, again, is a really stunning example of how TM, after a very brief period of time, has made a huge difference.
I do not want to see other families go through what my family went through. This works. It is tremendously successful. It is easy in a time where everybody's worried about budgets and so forth. This is something that we can all do in our own room, at our own convenience, in our dorm, at the college, wherever it is. It is one of the simplest, easiest things to do, and it's affordable and it's realistic, and we have seen the results.
I had nightmares and hard time living for 30 years. I had an addiction that ruled my life. In August of 1975, 38 years ago, I learned transcendental meditation and got my life back, 100%, 150%.
And I want to thank the David Lynch Foundation and Operation Warrior Wellness, not only for what they did for my family and I, but what they're continuing to do for our veterans and their families. You have a World War II veteran, a Vietnam veteran, and an Afghanistan veteran up here speaking today who have all benefited from TM. I live in central Iowa. I now work for Veterans Affairs, and I love helping our veterans. I love specifically helping veterans overcome their struggles with PTSD. 2 weeks ago, I had an Iowa State University student veteran take his own life. That has a personal impact on me because it's specifically in an area that I'm trying to spread awareness and show support for our veterans. If this country wants to get serious about suicide prevention, this needs to be implemented. It needs to be an offered option to our veterans, past and present. There's a lot of coping methods out there that are offered to our veterans. This needs to be one of them.